Good morning, people. I just want to tell you why I'm making these videos. What am I actually doing? Some of you is probably wondering, what is JD really doing? Why does he send me these videos? He talks about different things. And I make a lot of sense, don't I? There's a reason I'm doing this. I mean, you must all by now figure there's got to be a real reason. Actually, I'm running for president of the United States of America. I ran in 2008, only out of this station, just here in U2. And because my vice president didn't register, because I did not have a vice president on my ticket, everyone who wrote a vote-in for me, everyone, and I was a write-in in all 50 states, the vote was discarded. And a vast majority of the over 9.5 million votes that were discarded were for JD. According to what I was given, I was told, and somewhere in this computer, I'm sure the email is, I was sent an email from a political organization. The name JD Creveau, James Dennis Creveau, and James Creveau, which were write-ins in states, that I pulled over 8,700,000 votes. I did find that I did get 10 electoral delegates. That means I won in the districts where states don't give 100% to their people, to the leader. They give as the district votes. So that means I did win in 10. I'm very happy. And I did that in 3 months. But that's not what this is about. This is about getting ready for 2012. I am running for president again in 2012. The American people are tired of our Congress, our government, not listening to them. They say how they listen to us, and they're going to do, and they're going to do, and they're going to do. But as a whole, our government doesn't listen. President Obama is preparing himself right now to run against me. That's why, if all the presidential candidates you have seen, he's the one who seems to be keeping most of his promises, because he knows I am running. He gets my videos. He knows that if I get out of the computer and into the public, that I will be his only candidate he will be running against. There is nobody the Republican Party can put up against him that will present the opposition that I can. Why am I saying all this? Because I am running. Why do I make these videos? Because they're to show you who I am, where I stand, my experiences, my knowledge. I've got several emails from different people who have degrees in different ways, and say that I'm an individual who, though never been to college, is extremely intelligent, extremely well-knowledged, extremely well-rounded in my experiences. I mean, my experience is everything from a foster child to many state homes to a person who can't find a job, who has a lot of training. My experience is a lot of meeting of individuals from different countries throughout the world. Not political leaders, but individuals. I know what individuals in these nations want out of life, like you. They want to raise their family the best they can, and they want the government to leave them alone. They don't care what the government does as long as the government leaves them alone. I'm also a person who doesn't play games. When I say something, that is what I'm going to do. I don't play games. I'm not a politician. I'm the type of person you could bank on that, hey, this is what he said he's going to do. This is what he's going to do. That's a warning for the world to know that the United States will not be trampled on by other nations. That the United States will not become part of this one world order. We will accept the world is a community of nations, And we are one of those nations that is in that community. And like good fences make good neighbors, good sovereignty makes good countries. We will respect the sovereignty of every nation, whether or not we disagree with their politics. It doesn't matter. It is their people's responsibility to choose their government, not another nation. And we will respect that. In turn, we expect the same. We will have two hands out. One will be an open palm. That will be for friendship. And we offer that to any nation who wishes to be our friend. The other one will be a fist. To let you know, you strike us, we will not turn our cheek. Sorry, I know the Christian way, but understand, we must stand for right in this world. We must be us. So, what am I doing? I believe in turning the cheek. Like Christ says, if someone slaps you, you turn your cheek. But if he slaps you again, he never answered that. And I always said that's because God did. And it's called Solomon and Gomorrah. I will never, ever put us in a frivolous war. And if we go to war, we will go to war. We won't play games. I do not play games. I'm sorry. Every single one of you out there, Americans, your life will be very precious to me. And before I ask you to do something, I will know that I would do it first. So, I'm not going to be one of these guys that think I got this. But I will, when necessary, use our military. When necessary. But that is not the first resort. And they will be warned beforehand. Future. The United States was a nation of inventors, scientists, thinkers. We were a great nation of developing. We will be again. Not big corporate companies coming in, but little people who tinker, who invent. The richest man in the world today, not too long ago, was a college student barely making his ends meet. Well, why? Because he was the first. We will develop and wean ourselves from fossil fuels and going into scientific fuels. Scientific fuels are fuels that are made scientifically, that can be done extremely cheap. Hydrogen is an example. There's not a single jet turbine that cannot run on hydrogen. There's not a single rocket engine that cannot run on hydrogen. There's not a single fuel injected automobile that cannot run on hydrogen. Why don't we have hydrogen fueling stations? Because of the Hindenburg. But yet gasoline is much more volatile than hydrogen in the atmosphere. So, nuclear fission. We had the first nuclear fission plant producing electricity in the world. Why are we behind now? Because of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Stereotyping. We will not stereotype. We won't stereotype through inventions, and we won't stereotype through people. Our borders will be open to people who want to come in legally, but it will be done legally. Our tax system will tax everyone fairly and justly. Everyone, including those who visit. Vice sitting on the shoulders of the hard-working American. We can reduce their taxes by a great amount if everyone would pay their fair share. These are just a few things. So what am I doing? I'm making videos letting you know that yes, this is me. This is JD. This is how I see things. So that you can decide, is this a man I can support for president? And yes, I do want to support him. And then you need to help me. Because this is what this is all about. putting you, the American people, in the White House. And that's my goal. Thank you. This is JD.